He can't just be a goal scorer. Somebody who thought they were the best player in the team, that couldn't move anymore.
Someone who couldn't move anymore. Yeah, buddy, that's why he won the Nations League last year and scored 8 goals and made 1 assist in 9 games. Beating Germany and scoring against them in the semi-final, Portugal beating them for the first time in 25 years, then scoring in the final against Spain, who hadn't lost for 2 years and were the reigning European champions. Also by his movement helping setting up the first goal that Nuno Mendes did in the final. But not only scoring, but also running, defending, and even winning the ball off Yamal. As a
40-year-old.
I saw him play for Juventus for 3 years, and it was the demise of Juventus.
This is the biggest load of horse shit I've ever seen since I actually saw an actual horse take a shit.
That was, in my view, when Juventus stopped being the team that had won the title 8 times in a row.
Juventus didn't win the league 8 times in a row, they won it 9 times in a row, and when Ronaldo first got there, they had won it 7 times. So how do you call him the demise of Juventus when he won the league with them back to back? Scoring over 100 goals in
3 seasons.
and even 31 league goals in 1 season. You know what Juventus' actual demise was, buddy? It was the fact that they bought in Ronaldo, but completely ignored the state of the rest of the team. In 2018, Ronaldo was 33 years old and had just completed a Champions League three-peat with Real Madrid. He would go on to win his first Nations League just a year after. He was still in peak form and had at least 3 or 4 years left in the European stage. But by then, Juventus' prime time were already on their way down. They had reached the Champions League final in 2015 and 2017, but what you don't understand is that back then they had players like Tevez, Pirlo, Vidal, prime Pogba, prime Dybala, Marquisio, Buffon, Dani Alves, Evra, Barzagli. This is football
Heritage.
and with all due respect, the players who were still there when Ronaldo arrived, like Dybala, Khedira, Pjanic and Higuain, were no longer in their prime. And yes, players like Bonucci and Chiellini would go on to win the Euros in 2021, and they were amazing for those 4 weeks during that tournament. But the reality is also that they were part of the team that missed the World Cup in 2018, and overall in club football, they were no longer in their primes. Cristiano Ronaldo literally went from a midfield of prime Toni Kroos, prime Luka Modric and prime Casemiro to a midfield of a washed Aaron Ramsey, Adrien Rabiot and Rodrigo Bentancur. And you expect to win the Champions League with that midfield? You blame the guy who in his first 2 seasons in Juventus scored all of their knockout goals in the Champions League. Oh, and don't forget about the hat-trick against Atletico Madrid, buddy. Probably the most legendary individual performance ever seen in the Champions League. This level of stupidity is the same as the people who blamed United's downfall on Cristiano Ronaldo when the man scored like 24 goals as a 37-year-old in his first season, when that club had already been down bad for like 10 years. And when they treated him like shit and he left, it was evident that he was never the problem.